Greetings, comrades. My name is Gigantals, and clearly I'm back at home now. So yay for that. So a bunch of stuff has happened over the last week, other than the fact that coming back home. So I've got one more exam, one more piece of coursework left I need to do. I need to hand it in by Friday night. So my releases may be a little bit late again this week. I mean, last week it was also a bit late, but that was because it was due Thursday night. So my releases may be a little bit late this week because of the examination or the deadline I have on Friday. But after that, I'll be finished with my exams for good, and well, for this year, hopefully I'll do one of them, and I'll be able to get onto my normal schedule and releases and stuff again, which is good. I noticed that when I was busy going through my old footage, there was a lot of footage I didn't actually use throughout this year. I mean, it was kind of similar to like when I said they were my apocryphal, when I did my video 256, I said I had like 70 something apocryphal videos I never released, whether I accidentally forgot about them or whether I no longer continued the series and stuff. And similar to last year, I have a bunch of videos I didn't release this year that I was meant to. So what I might end up doing is whenever I do when I continue with my Life at University series for this year, I may just add one of those like old clips at the end of it, just to try and get that all stuff out there. Because otherwise it's just a bit of a waste of footage. There's nothing I can really do if I don't get the opportunity to release it. So yeah, expect a clip or something at the end of this video like I'm gonna release. I've made a lot more progress with the Easter Lightning cult lately. I've been given opportunities in a couple of other groups to become admins there, and I've removed dozens of the cult members and removed like at least 500,000 posts in those groups, which is good. It means that I'm bringing awareness, removing cult members, reducing the influence. My list is getting longer. It's definitely over 1,000 now. I mean, I know I said before I was creating that list and I was trying to get 100 a day, but when you have coursework going on, it's a bit hard to get 100 cultists down a day, so I had to put a break on that for now. But 1,000 cultists, which is significant, because if they claim to have like 3 million members around the world, then obviously it's still quite a small number, but we're definitely making progress in that sense, that we're getting somewhere in how many cultists we have down. These cultists are in a lot of Catholic groups, so if this list is released, then you'll end up being able to basically go through your groups, look up these members, and be able to find them and remove them safely. In regards to my biblical chronology, I'm still doing it. I know I've mentioned in the past, and I really don't want to make a video about it, but there's still a few uncertainties I'm trying to iron out for it. Right now, it's about the Egyptian chronology, because ancient Egypt is it's an old nation, and a lot of its chronology is slightly inflated or deflated, which has made it a bit problematic when trying to fit it into my biblical chronology. So I tried doing that last year, but I took a break because it was so confusing me, and so I took a break from that, and I'm deciding I'm gonna try and tackle Egyptian chronology again. But in the process of it, I did encounter in another Catholic group, there was this Franciscan guy. He was from the Franciscans. And it was a bit painful to see him trying to do his chronology, because he was busy claiming stuff. Like, he said that the Exodus happened like the 1500 BC or something, even though that's wrong, when the Exodus happened in 1447 to 1446 BC. You know, it was roughly, 480 years? Was it 480 years? Yeah, I think it was 480 years between the Exodus and the beginning of the construction of Solomon's Temple. But with this, it would have been... But if it happened in the 1500s, it would have taken place at least 50 years before that, which is a bit problematic. It's a bit irritating, because the sources he's trying to use aren't even canon. They're the Book of Jubilees. Yes, the pseudepigraphical book, the Book of Jubilees. Which is basically... It's meant to be like almost like a chronology similar to Genesis, but it goes in jubilees, or periods of jubilees, or periods of 49 years, so 7 sevens, and that's quite problematic because it messes up the chronology massively. You really don't ever use the Book of Jubilees for chronologies, okay? And so by using this Book of Jubilees, he's trying to make a biblical chronology, which is very messed up, and he tried to pressurize me, and it's definitely a strange experience. So it's quite heretical, but just know that the Exodus did happen in 1447, 1446 BC, and no earlier, no sooner than that, because that would mean the Bible is wrong in what it says. Yeah, this also I've noticed that lately in some of the groups, there are quite incompetent group moderators and admins. Not all of them, okay, not all of them, but in some of the groups, okay. In some of my groups, one of the groups I was recruited to help moderate. Almost none of the admins and moderators are left. There were like 20 or something, and only 2 of them were active. And in some of the groups I am in, the moderators and admins don't really care at all. For instance, I've seen quite... When I say disturbing content, I don't mean like dead bodies and stuff necessarily, but I have seen some content that would theologically be quite sacrilegious and everything, and blasphemous. And the admins don't really care. Like they just say all the posting, all the people in. Me and the World Catholic Teens groups have been saying, look, admins, can you please get rid of these people? They're Protestants, they're heretics, they're Arians, whatever. Just please get rid of them. But they don't answer. And so when they started posting quite graphic posts, theologically wise, I've been directly messaging them and saying, look, these people are posting this. Can you please get rid of them now? It's irritating because admins and moderators for the Facebook groups and in Catholic groups Facebook, they have the responsibility to try to actually to preserve the faith in their groups. Okay, their responsibility to ensure that heresy is stamped out or refuted. Their responsibility to ensure that Catholic teachings are being enforced. Their responsibility to ensure that our Blessed Mother is not insulted, nor is God insulted, or any of the saints or popes or the church. But these admins don't care. Okay, some of these admins really don't care. It's quite infuriating because I can contact them as many times as I want or try to or need to, but they won't answer. It's quite irritating that. So if you guys are in groups, if you are admins, moderators in your Catholic groups, please make sure that you actually do run your group properly and appropriately, because if you don't, then you're just abusing the powers that you have. And if your groups also, and if you're in a group where the admins and moderators don't care, then you need to apply pressure on them to actually do something, because otherwise they're abusing their responsibilities and authority in the group. Okay, it'd be better if they just gave up their positions and that you guys had them, so you can actually do a better job running the group. Seriously, some of the groups, when I see like these old admins and stuff, all the types of group people and people and posts used to let into the group, it's quite concerning, like how bad a job they were doing. Fortunately, I've been spending hours a day sometimes. Okay, not recently, but I used to for examinations. I used to spend hours a day cleaning up these groups because there would be so much spam and heresy and stuff like that. Directly heretical stuff. I mean, there was a guy who for like 2 years he was posting stuff talking about how Easter and Christmas stuff in the Pope is pagan, and I tried to refute him on it, like pointing out, and I was actually trying to rebuke him for this stuff when I realized, oh wait, he's actually a heretic, purposely a heretic. He's snuck into this group and was posting this sort of stuff, and the admins didn't even bother to check. Like, they didn't even care about the posts he was putting in when they were approved of it, which kind of shows how bad a job they were doing. And it's both painful and infuriating. Fortunately, in my groups, I actually do a decent job of ensuring that only non-heretical stuff is posted, or if heretical stuff is posted, then it is refuted thoroughly. Because that's my responsibility as an admin or moderator of those groups. But anyway, that's it pretty much for this video. So I'll just put a clip at the end of this video, one of my apocryphal videos for this year. Try and get that done. Just try and get that out there so I don't waste footage. Almost finished my examinations. By the end of this week, I'll be free. Admins, moderators on Catholic Facebook groups, look after your groups. Ensure that the Catholic teaching is being taught and preserved. Progress made against Eastern Lightning Cult, which is good. The Maria Divine Mercy one, I haven't really heard much about it, which is good, I guess. I mean, I think it's mostly stamped up by now, which is fortunate. Yeah, that's pretty much this video. So, God bless you all. See you next video, comrades. Until then. I know people say that we humans are meant to be smart, but if you look at let's look at this position here. We have Charlie here, who's busy enjoying being in the sun with his favorite toy, snuggling up, snoozing the whole day. And then there's me, stressing out about trying to finish a piece of coursework in the next 33 hours. He has a simple life. I have far from one. He has people to look after him, I have to look after myself. So who really is the smart one?